Hey there, happy Monday everybody. We are getting to the end, unfortunately, of blood orange season. So we are going to make some blood orange ice cream. This is about 1.5 cups of juice from blood oranges. I zested one of them, and 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm going to put this over medium heat just until we bring it to a boil. Now, I've tried making blood orange sherbet before, and the flavor was too subtle. So what I've decided to do today, what we're going to try to do at least, is we're going to simmer down that juice.
Just simmer down
until we've reduced it to by about, I don't know, 30%. Basically, I'm looking for a cup of reduced orange juice. And I'm not entirely sure if cooking it down is going to remove some of that brightness. So at the very end, I've got one more blood orange that I've got juiced, and we'll add it in just to sort of bring up that brightness and the acidity. So right now, we're just going to bring this up to a boil, and then we'll take it down to a simmer. Okay, juice is boiling, so I'm going to take the heat down to a simmer and let this simmer away for, I don't know, probably half an hour. I'm gonna watch it carefully. We want this to be reduced by about 1/3. But there's not a ton of liquid here, so I don't think it's gonna take too long. Okay, so we've simmered now for about 20 minutes, and I can tell that it's starting to get a little syrupy, which means that we've driven off a lot of that water. And if you look at the spatula, you can see how it really seems to be coating it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add our pinch of salt and our squeeze of vanilla bean paste. And I have a cup of heavy cream. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of times with citrus ice creams, because of the acid, when you add the milk, it does have a tendency to curdle. You've probably noticed this if you're one of those monsters who adds lemon and milk to your tea. And there's a little bit of curdling. Fortunately, the churning process works a lot of that out, and you don't notice the curdles. And if you haven't noticed, I've been on a bit of a custard kick lately. I'm not sure why. I have not made a lot of custards over the last couple of years, but just in 2026, apparently, 2026 is apparently the year of the custard. So I'm hoping that the eggs help to bind that and sort of get rid of some of the curdling as well, sort of act as a binding agent. So we will get those egg yolks tempered. That's a really appealing color. And now egg yolks go back in, and let's keep cooking this over low heat for probably 2 to 3 minutes. That looks good to me. We'll go ahead and kill the heat. And as I mentioned, I wanted to bring up the brightness at the end. This is 1/4 cup of blood orange that has been juiced. For some reason, my juicer was really pulpy today. Okay, and we'll go ahead and slide that off of the burner. And I was not concerned about the pulpiness because we are going to strain it as we do with any custard. Looks like we've got a lot of solids in there. We'll go to a different part of the strainer here. Moving to yet another part. We'll just spill all over. That's fine. It's okay. Messes clean up. I mean, maybe not when you completely miss the strainer. Oh, look at that. All of the solids left behind sort of made a little heart shape in my strainer. So that's all the pulp and the zest and any eggs that overcooked. Let me clean up this disaster. And I have 1 more cup of cream. And give that a nice stir. I'm gonna give it a little taste just to see if I need to add anything. Nope, that's fairly pleasant. Okay, lid goes on, and this should go in the fridge overnight to chill and age, but I usually stir up my ice creams on a Saturday and churn them on a Sunday. Today is Sunday, and if I don't do it this way, it'll never get done this weekend, so I'm using the ice bath method. I filled this Pyrex with some ice and a little bit of water. I'm going to add some more. So this is just a little bit more ice with water, and I've actually added some salt. Salt decreases the freezing point of water. That's why your streets get salted in the middle of winter. And so this hopefully should chill, instead of overnight or 4 hours in the fridge, this should be chilled in half an hour to 45 minutes, and we'll be able to start churning.
Okay, the ice creaminator has had a chance to chill, and hopefully our mixture is nice and cold as well. And we'll go ahead and churn that until we get to soft serve.
Let's get this into our little single serve containers. And we'll throw a lid on it. BO for blood orange. And yes, I did giggle at that because I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old boy. But this goes into the freezer to freeze hard. Okay, let's see how our BO ice cream turned out. So giving the container a squeeze, I can tell that it's actually pretty soft. And in the scoop, I can tell it's extremely soft. But that's a very nice looking scoop. Really holds the scoop lines well, which we like. It's a sort of an orangey pink color. I was really expecting it to be a little more pink. It's sort of a salmon. Okay, wow, this is incredible. This may be one of the best ice creams I've ever made. So it's extremely creamy, right? It is soft, it melts on the tongue nicely. The level of sweetness is just about right. You do get the citrusy punch from that blood orange, but it's not overpowering, right? It's not tart. It's sort of like a sherbet, but a little more on the ice cream side. So sherbet is legally it's a certain percentage of milk in the final product. The eggs do lend a nice richness. Okay, I have to put this down, otherwise I will eat the entire thing. Between this and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch that I made last week, I'm not sure. I love cinnamon, but I also like citrus. This would probably beat it out just because of the overall texture and flavor. Everything really came together nicely. And this is absolutely going to be a remake. I will be making this over the summer to go along with the pomegranate sherbet that I make a lot of the time, because this is quite excellent. And again, thank you as always for joining me. If you have any ideas for flavors or a theme or anything along those lines, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to suggestions, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!